Hello everyone. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about what are the problems we can face or we have faced during development using React only. As you know that React use component-based architecture, and whenever we create any website or any web application using React, it has a component-based structure, right? As you can see here in this diagram, our application has divided into multiple components, right? So in our app component, we have multiple childrens which will render according to the requirement or the logics which we have created or written over the our code editor, right? So whenever our application runs, it renders multiple childrens inside it. And suppose we have to share a state. Suppose I have created a use state, right? And I am suppose in this child one component. And if I have to send that state into child four, I can easily do it, right? As you can say, I just pass this state in child four as a props, right? Using directly, right? When I call this child four component inside child one, I can pass it. But suppose if I have to send that particular state in child nine or child six, what I have to do? So in that case, I have to create that particular state which I have created in child one. I have to create it here main component, and I have to pass that state here in the child one as well as in child two and in child six, right? Because this is how it will flow, right? If I can tell you that what kind of things we have to do is, suppose I have created a state in child one and I have to pass it here in child four, it is easy because I can share it directly because child 1 is the parent component of child 4. But suppose I have to do what? I have to send these props here, which I have created into child 6. Then how it is possible? So for that, we can't send this because there is no relation between child 6 and child 1, right? This is a parent component and the child 6 is a child component of which component? Child 2. So how it is possible that sharing this state from child 1 to child 6? So for that, what developers will do, basically, we create this state which we have created in child 1. Instead of creating that particular use state in child 1, we have created that state in app component. And then we pass this state into child 1 as a props. Then this state into child 2 as prop. And from that child 2, we pass the state in child 6 again as a props. So if I have make any changes here in child 1 using the setter method of set state, so it directly do what? It directly update this particular state, and that state will reflect in child 2 as well as child 6. So this is how we can do it. But suppose there are multiple childrens available or the child components were available and there is a huge application. We have just managed these basic things in a small application, we can say. But suppose if we have a multi-level application where multiple things were managed, how we can resolve this? There's a things which we can use is use context, right? So we can create a context around and wrap everything, our application, right? Let me clear this and then we will understand everything. So if I have to do or I have to resolve this thing, React gives us another thing called just a minute, which is use context, right? So in use context, what we do is we just wrap everything, every application, every application components with a wrapper, right? Which name as a provider, we can say. So what we do is we wrap our whole application with provider, and in provider we pass the context of the things which we want to be accessible in everywhere, right? So this is one way. But there is another approach which is called Redux. Redux is a library which allows us to create a single storage, right? A separate single storage. How it is work? It's work like this. Suppose we have different kind huge application. So in using Redux, what we can do using Redux, Redux provide a single state storage which is separated from application, right? So in this store, we put whatever we want, right? In any form of data, we store things here in the store. And whenever we have to access the store or the values which is stored in stored, we can access anything in anywhere in any component. Like if I have that particular state in child one and that particular state I want in child four, so I can directly use or call the store and get that value and show it here, right? This is just the theory part. In upcoming lectures, we are going to deal these things by doing the practical things, right? By performing some codings, by creating some components. So till then, take care and have a nice day.